Hello, this is Busted Knees and Pretty Trees. This podcast is a product of unfettered curiosity and a deeper need to connect with the world we were born from. How we explore and connect is only limited by our imaginations, and when we combine that wonder with a little bit of science, you've tapped into a never-ending well of exploration. Today's program is a special one, not just for the podcast, but for any of us who were lucky enough to cross paths with someone like our guest today. These rare folks are often our teachers, coaches, or other important community members, but it's not their profession or positions that make them who they are. It's the passion with which they share and educate others around them. They are the tinder that sets ablaze that unique kind of curiosity in others. I don't remember a lot from third grade, but I do know I was lucky enough to have one of these wonderful people as my third grade teacher. He noticed my interest in the earth sciences. One day, he handed me a shoebox, and in this shoebox was a treasure trove of things you could find on a short hike. Seashells, rocks, feathers, arrowheads, stuff you would find in owl pellets.
Oh.
That teacher stoked my curiosity, and he encouraged me to explore further. I'll always remember how excited I was to discover something new inside of that shoebox. Until later that year, my classmates and I were gathered in a semicircle around a substitute teacher who had been asking us questions. This joker was tossing us softballs. I was 9 3/4. I thought I had the world by the horns, and I was hungry for some action, so I raised my little hand. And he says, "Yes, you, little girl."
Did you really?
I had a real good head of hair back then. And what I remember is saying, "I'm a boy," and then my mind stopped recording for the rest of third grade. Not only do we need passion for the trail and conservation of our beautiful spaces, but we also can't forget to conserve the flame of exploration by instilling it in the hearts of others. And don't feel down if the fortune of someone else's fire hasn't passed to you. They come in all manners and times. I found Paddy and Brad. We make this podcast in hopes to do what others have done for us, light fires. I am Travis White. That is Paddy Richardson. And that is Bradley R.
Hello. Who was that teacher in third grade?
Well, it was when I went to Hoagland in third.
Oh, okay. That's
Mr.
right.
Smith. Yeah, it wouldn't have been a
It was fifth grade when he came to Ossian.
fourth. Yeah, it was the next year. Yeah, I moved schools after that.
He was so embarrassed. He moved schools.
But I think I would like to, dedicate this episode to the educators and those kinds of people that, do that for us.
That's fucking good.
And our guest today just so happens to be one of those educators. He taught for 28 years at Manchester Junior Senior High School and Manchester University. And in 2017, he received the Howard Mashad Award from the Environmental Education Association of Indiana, right down the Busted Pretty Alley. He's also one of those birders. Please welcome Paddy's high school teacher, Mr. Jabin Burnworth.
Woo!
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for coming, man.
Oh, it's awesome. And we got the sound
So
effects.
glad to be
The
here.
whole crowd in the back. It's awesome. Dude, yeah.
I'm so glad to be here.
I'm
This is
so
amazing.
fucking happy. Can I tell you a little story?
Yeah, please.
When we first started this episode and we started thinking about potentially having guests, probably around the second season, I guess we were talking about guests.
This podcast.
This podcast,
Yeah.
sorry. We were, what did I say?
This episode.
Oh, about 5 minutes ago, we started thinking about guests, and we were like, "What about Jabin? He's right here."
Yeah, he's already here.
But dude, we were putting together a short list, and I immediately put your name down on the list, along with probably 10 other names from hunters and just people that I knew that enjoyed the things that we enjoyed. And I guess this has been. What, we're on our 9th season now? ninth season,
Eighth.
season,
Episode 82.
No, so that's 9.
Episode 81, season 9.
Oh, yeah, season 9.
Yeah.
There we go.
So it's been
So
that
amazing.
long. So to have you on here is just a fucking treat for me, dude.
I feel very honored.
Well,
this
you
is
fucking
pretty
should,
awesome.
because this shit's killer, man. And this shit's killer. Not everybody
It
gets
is.
down
No,
here.
I know. I feel really, really.
We're on the
this
road
is
to
awesome.
100.
I know.
Yeah.
Where-
This is a big deal.
Yeah, you could almost say if Chad's our birding godfather.
Now be careful.
Jabin's like the godfather.
Yeah, he's the
Oh,
Gaga
yeah.
father.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Oh, I'll take that.
He's Gaga
title.
father.
the God squared
Yeah.
father.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take God squared sounds square. But I'll say Gaga. I'll say Gaga
I
father.
was trying to keep it educational.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's good. No, I
Do
like
you
that.
Get some
Yeah.
exponents. in
See
there.
the fruits
Yeah.
of your birding labor?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is. So was
Yes.
it you that got? Because I remember something about Chad joined the Kosciuszko Audubon Society
Yeah.
because you were on the board or something. Am I
No,
right
he
there?
talked me into joining the board for a hot minute. He was on there before
Oh,
I was.
okay,
So,
okay.
yeah. You know, honestly, I need to ask Chad how he, like, because I know he wasn't always a birder.
He
and
found
we
a
had-
dead Oriole on the side of a road.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think that he
Yeah,
told
yeah,
us
yeah.
the story.
Oh, on the podcast, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, right,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
But he would have been in my class and we would have gone over birds. So,
Yeah.
like, I think that it's interesting. Some people, it just takes a minute. It has to be that moment where you're just like, boom, it hits you and
Yeah.
you're like,
Mhm.
oh my God, the birds.
Yeah.
And so if I could plant that seed, maybe it was in there somewhere, Chad, and it just took him a minute.
We were talking because Chad's very like linear.
Yeah.
Where he gets on something. So
Yeah.
it was skateboarding in high school.
Yeah.
Chad became one of the better skateboarders. Then it was, well, he was always into guitars and music.
Yeah.
But then he got real into that.
Yeah.
Chased that linear path all the way down to where it ended.
Yes.
And then, or he's still going, and then birding, he said birding kind of became that where it was
Yeah.
just this like linear, like I'm going to know everything there is to know about birding.
Yeah.
So he's one of those guys where I'm more of like an octopus where I'm
Yeah.
never like set like in a linear path. I'm
Yeah.
just kind of like, that's fucking squirrel.
Yeah. Yeah.
That thing's
yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Brick
Yeah.
wall. Like
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Like I'm just fucking in, you know? what I
Yeah.
mean?
Right.
What do you
No,
think's
that's
harder,
cool.
like being a really good guitarist or a really good birder?
Ooh.
That's a great.
I wanted to immediately say guitar player, but then I don't.
If
'cause-
you got to travel,
Dude.
you got to make arrangements. If
Yeah.
you want to see some, if you want to
Yeah.
get deep,
Yeah.
I don't know the answer to that question.
Follow the rare bird alerts.
yeah.
Dude, and then get to those rare birds. Like
Yeah.
some of those birds are out there. You gotta fucking hoof it.
Yeah.
You know?
I wonder what Slash would think.
That'd be funny if he's also a hardcore birder.
Yeah.
And he would very well.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome.
Speaking of famous rad dudes birding, have you guys been made privy to the Sean Bean Let's Go birding season yet?
No, I don't
no.
know. I don't know about
You
this.
told me about it, but I haven't checked it out yet.
Let's Go birding, I think it's on its 5th season, or maybe
Oh.
way more than that. I'm not sure. But this is Sean Bean took over. Do you know who he is?
No.
Lord of the Rings.
He's Ned
Oh.
Stark from
Oh yeah.
Game of Thrones.
Boromir.
Yes. Right.
Boromir from Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
And he is an
You better
avid
got that right.
birder. So he has a season called Let's Go Birding, and it's mainly in England.
Yeah.
But he has a lot of different people on. He just had a DJ on that uses all of his mixes that he does or tracks that he does are like bird sounds. And he goes into like all these technical, like how he identifies birds by all these rad technical like songs that they sing, and then he makes them into like
So
DJ
cool.
music. House what's DJ EDM?
Imagine dancing to a blue jay.
I bet I've got a feeling that we probably have at some point.
Yeah.
you know, because it's just treble. You
Yeah.
can do whatever you want with it. Anyway, it's
Yeah.
fucking
Okay. I
badass.
will check this out. That
It's
sounds so cool.
cathartic show.
Yeah.
Because I think he just plays Songbird soundtracks the whole way through the episode. So I always like listen. I watch YouTube, but I'm at my computer at work, kind of doing my thing while it's on. So it is just it's very like monotone. It's never too exciting, but you just learn a fuckload.
Good to fall asleep to.
Very.
Is it ever
Yeah.
like? Do you ever hear a bird on it and it catches you off guard? You're like, wait, wood
No,
thrush? Where's it at?
no, because one, I don't know near as many bird calls or songs
Oh.
as like other people do. Two, I think he's like I said, primarily in England.
Yeah,
So
right.
I'm not really sure.
A bunch of birds you just don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of birds that he does say that like that I do. Grackles are there, starlings are there.
Well, like they have robins, but they're different robins, right?
Yeah.
He just to give just one more thing about this. He does a lot of his episodes from this little table. He bought a bunch of 65 acres and it just built a forest back into that for birding, and then has like owl boxes and other things around the property. But he has just like this little kitchen table in the middle of the forest, and that's where he sits. And prior to him taking over the hosting duties, he would just go out there and like have his coffee and sit in the middle of the forest.
Awesome.
I know. It's pretty
cool.
badass.
I like
I
him
love
even
that.
more.
If I ever come into money, you can find me at a random kitchen table in the forest. Like that is where I will.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
So listen to our podcast first, then listen to
Yeah.
Brad, where Walt is on what?
He's on vacation.
Yeah.
Spring
All right,
break.
I figure. So we're not getting a News Panther
Right.
today.
Yeah.
But I did bring some Travis teasies.
Oh,
If you guys want some of those.
Yeah.
I'll take
Yes.
some teasies.
Okay, these are 3 just real quick ones. Well, one's a gear alert. It's not really a teasy. I just got me a new 6 Moons lunar solo tent.
Yeah.
Nice.
My underwear weighs more. It's wild.
Apparently a trekking pole tent as well. A single trekking pole.
Yes.
It's a very. Have you seen it yet?
No,
It's
pass that
a
up.
very like when I'm looking at the photos, it's weird how it's one trekking pole on the door of the tent, and then everything else is like
kind of like a lean-to,
skylined,
like a
yeah,
tension lean-to.
half an A-frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different.
All right, we can talk about it in a gear episode.
Sorry.
I just read quickly there was a study that urban birds will fly away quicker from an approaching woman than they will a man. Which
Interesting.
that one's interesting.
And I
And
feel-
hot off the press.
Wonder what the
Yeah, do you have anything more on that?
No.
That sounds interesting.
These are teasies,
oh.
not explainies.
Maybe we can ask old Jessica Merkling when we have her on.
Yeah.
Urban biologist for the DNR is coming on in a few weeks.
That's going to be great.
And I think we just found out today that birders are the harbingers of doom
Yeah.
because they're spreading that new virus. Birders are spreading the
The
virus.
hantavirus, apparently contracted by 2 birders and then taken back because they were birding at a dump and came across bodily fluids.
They were birding at a dump. Well, I get
Which is-
seagulls.
They said it's like the number one
Yeah.
birding hotspot on the island that they went to is this dump. And then they
Unfortunately,
went
it
back
makes
on board
sense.
the boat, and now we all are going to have hantavirus.
Yeah, like I think even in Listers, they were at a dump at one point.
Yeah.
Thanks, birders.
You guys have seen.
the big ear?
Yeah. There's that great dump scene.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
Steve Martin's
right.
eating the food because he doesn't have a sense of smell.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, you guys
Yeah,
want to
I've
get
seen that.
It's a
to
great movie.
Dude,
I was
it
going to be
is
like,
great.
yes. Yeah,
It is
please.
great. Hey, sorry,
Yeah.
Travi. We got a lot more to get into, dude. I have a shitload of questions for old Jabin Burnworth, and I cannot fucking wait to get into this. What do you guys all say? We get down to the nitty gritty of this son's bitches.
Yeah.
As soon as we get the right sound effect, I thought Walt was on vacation.
Yeah, where
Popping in
is he here?
Yeah. Well, there we go. Let's
Wait,
take a
still the
bathroom
wrong
break,
Whoa.
grab some more drinks, and get back here for the long haul.
There we go.
All right. A little bit of a break.
Damn, Paddy.
I might take a leak.
I'll show you.
Let's just go ahead and start it off as we usually do with the big question. Like, obviously, you love nature and spending time outdoors. What ultimately sparked that fire in you? What makes you continue to go out there?
That's a great question. There's a peace and there is a sense of just inner tranquility when I'm in the woods and when I'm in nature. And it doesn't even have to be like a giant, sequoia kind of, General Sherman tree experience where you're like looking at something, you're like,
This
holy
monumental.
cow. Yeah, right. when I see even like small birds, like I was driving here and I saw a meadowlark on the side of the road, and just that yellow pops at you, and you're like, whoa. I mean, my head still explodes. I get so excited about those little tiny things. But I love those morning hikes when you're the only one out there, or even if you see other people, there's just like that ability to just kind of disconnect from whatever you're thinking about. Those moments where you're like maybe consumed with work or family or, health, all of those things. And I think that being in nature allows you to completely forget about all that stuff.
Right.
And just be in the moment. And I think it's hard to be in the moment when you're constantly surrounded by things that are not new.
The noise of
the
modern
noise.
life.
Right.
Yeah, like that, the tranquility of it. My dad recently had back surgery, so I've been driving down to the farm in Wells County, and I mean, it's not too far away from the city. You still hear a lot of those modern noises and stuff, but it's just night and day difference being away from Fort Wayne. And I absolutely just love standing and not saying anything and just listening to the wind blow through the trees and the birds. And it is like a little moment of tranquility.
That's what we say when we go backpacking. It's like our yearly recharge of the batteries, just disconnecting from everything for a week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It can't not be healthy.
They've written books about it.
Yeah.
There's a really great book. I think it's called The Nature Fix, just about how nature feeds our body in ways that city can't.
Yeah.
Is this like a primordial thing? Like this is connection that we haven't felt in millennia, so we tend to. Is that what the book?
I think there's
You know,
comfort. There's comfort in it that's like deep in our DNA. Sunny
I certainly agree.
day, green, everything's green. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's amazing the amount of people that don't. I've told the story before on this podcast, but I mean, even myself. I mean, it took me all the way to my honeymoon to actually understand what like a forest meant, not just the thing between two cornfields.
Yeah.
And it's just
That's a woods.
that's a woods. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like when backpacking was becoming prominent in my life, I didn't really understand it. Like, dude, that take like 15 minutes to get around.
Yeah,
that thing. I've been
yeah.
drinking beers in those woods. for
They talk
10
how
years at
cool
this
these
point.
forests are. I can see the whole thing right there.
Yeah. But when I came home, I tried to getting a group of my friends and other people together to go on a backpacking trip, and it was amazing. Like when they would look up where we were, and this was Red River Gorge. Have you guys been down there?
Yeah, it's awesome.
It is awesome, and so just they had no fucking idea, and nor did I.
Yeah.
So it's just incredible like how good it is because it's primordial, or because we've engaged ourselves in sound and phones and all this, and lights and screens so much now that it goes back. Whatever the meaning is, it's
Podcast.
Podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
I think a little bit of maybe our generations like want to be out there is kind of to get back to our childhoods when there was nothing else to do but go outside and look at shit.
Yep.
Well, and if you
Fort in
think,
the woods.
and if you think about childhood stories, though, too, they kind of make the woods scary.
Yeah.
And I think that there's still a lot of people that think the woods is where bad things happen.
Oh yeah.
You know, and think of all the horror movies that we watch. It's always, in the woods. It's like, right. That's so good. But the big bad wolf, and
that's true.
People always say that about us backpacking. Like, aren't bears gonna kill you?
Oh, it
like,
is
what
the
do you,
yes,
what do you
a
do?
lot
number
of-
one question.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's what's fun about it.
People are
Right.
terrified. We have a group of friends at work that are constantly like want us to talk about what weapons we take with us backpacking, and the answer we're always like, we just don't really do that.
Do you know how much bullets weigh?
Yeah. I don't know.
My weapons are preparation and not being a dumbass, and we'll be fine.
You're going to be just fine. Except I did just see another story in Glacier where there was a dead hiker found, and it was it was a bear attack, or
Yellowstone,
that's what
or-
they think. No, Glacier,
was-
another one.
Oh.
Yeah, there was
Dang.
2 in Yellowstone and 1 in Glacier,
What a
which
week-
are right
What
there.
a week for a wall to take off.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe
I know.
that's where he is. I don't know.
Yeah, that would suck. So, as Trevi kind of alluded to, or did allude to very well, you've been an educator for 28 years. You've been at the junior high school level, and you've been at the university level. But before we get more into like that experience, and then out of that experience, what I've been curious about just ever since I've known you now for years and years and years is where this all kind of stemmed from. You know, like, you are a very unique person. You have done unique things with your life. Where the fuck did Jabin come from, dude?
That's a great. That's awesome. Thank you for those kind words.
Where the fuck did you come
where
from?
did I-
What are you doing here?
Man, still trying to figure that out,
Dude,
man.
I was looking through your bios. I was reading all these stories about you. I mean, things that you've done that nobody's ever told me, that I never learned. And I mean, it's stuff that, like, it's not just teaching a class. It's creating curriculum for the Indiana Dunes. It's taking kids down to the Florida Everglades for over a decade
What?
straight.
Yeah.
Take
So
us down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he'd be
Yeah,
the guy to
man.
help with.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all of this stuff, and I think there's good teachers that teach, and then there's good teachers that that take it beyond, and that's like where who the fuck, you know?
Well, I had a really good biology teacher when I was in high school,
Yeah.
and his name was Chris Coy, and he was a lot of fun and really sparked that interest. Like, I had no knowledge about the natural world, like, growing up, like, other than, like, I enjoyed going to the woods behind my parents' house, and they would let me do that, and I kind of had free reign in the neighborhood, but I really didn't know what it was all about. I just knew I enjoyed being in there.
Yeah.
And then when that biology teacher started to put names to those things, like, and processes, and putting all those things that I loved into big ideas, then that's when it really, like, clicked.
Yeah.
And when I graduated from high school, I knew I wanted to be a teacher, but I didn't have confidence in my ability to be a biology teacher because I just didn't think I was smart enough. And so I majored in elementary education. My first year of college, I had to visit a 5th grade classroom where I had an amazing, like, supervising teacher. But I realized, man, I don't do this, man. I didn't like the kids, the age. I didn't like teaching all the subjects. So I was just like, screw it. Like, I'm just going to, like, go the bio route, realize I'm not going to get, like, all A's. You know, I'm just going to work really, really hard, a lot harder than probably I would have had to with the other degree. Not that that's an easy degree, but
Yeah.
I just knew that I was just, because where I went to school was the biology education degree was not an education degree. It was just straight up bio. So I was in class with, like, pre-med,
It's a ton of memory stuff.
ton of memory stuff.
Yeah.
Just like
And-
general biology.
Yeah, general biology. So I was just like, and so I had to end up going to summer school to get it done in 4 years. And then, and so I did it, and I tried to apply to a bunch of different schools. But no one, like, this was 1994. This is where everyone was a teacher and had been a teacher for a long time, and there were no jobs whatsoever. I mean, like, anybody can get a teaching job right now because they're so desperate, which
Yeah.
is sad. But, like,
Was it a better gig back then?
it was, yeah, in a lot of ways, just because they let you teach the subject matter, and it wasn't all these tests and
Yeah.
rules and all
Yeah.
those other
And it
things.
was our generation coming up. Too,
Yeah. You guys were
Yeah.
awesome.
Easy going.
So yeah. But there was no biology jobs available. And so I knew I kind of wanted to stay in Indiana, but I looked at jobs in Oregon and a couple other places as options. And then the day before the job at Manchester, before the application was due, some dude, this is of course before the internet, you know, and somebody said, "Hey, I heard that Manchester might be hiring." So I called the school and they're like, "Yeah, you got to get this in." So I had to, like, find somebody to fax the application in, which was crazy. Got it in, got the interview, and I had a few other interviews before, and they were like, you could tell there was a weird vibe. I was like, I get these schools. I sat down in a room at Manchester with the principal, assistant principal, the assistant superintendent, the athletic director, the science department chair, and I feel like there was like one other just random person. Oh yeah, the physics teacher there too. And it was like this big room. And they said, we're going to ask you one question, and it's going to determine whether or not you get this job.
Good.
I know.
Christ.
I just I'm sure like at that point, like, I'd shit myself. But so then they paused. Right. So in my head, I'm thinking about all this pedagogy. I'm thinking about all, discipline, content stuff. And they looked me straight in the eye and they said, "Are you an IU fan or a Purdue fan?"
What the fuck?
Yeah. And I said IU, and half the room said, "Get him out of here." And half the room
That's
cheered.
hilarious.
And I thought in that moment, that's where I want to teach, because I knew that the people were cool.
They're fun.
And that it was going to be fun. And it was the only interview that, and the assistant superintendent had asked this question. He said, "What book are you reading?" And I told him what book I was reading at the time. And he said, "You were the only candidate that," he said, "all the other candidates couldn't come up with a book they were reading." And he said that helped.
They weren't even smart enough to lie. Quick.
Yeah. That's what I thought too.
Animal Farm.
Yeah. Right?
Dostoevsky.
Wow.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
That's how you
it.
landed the gig, dude.
That was it. It was it. Yeah. And I thought I'd be there a couple years, and because those first years were scary.
How old were you?
I was 22, and these were like 8.
All of this
Oh my
took place
gosh.
from 18 to 22.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You were scooting.
A lot went on. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Took me 20 years to get a degree.
Took me about 15.
Yeah. But man, that was such a cool administration. And I told them, going back to my high school biology teacher, he was awesome, but he promised us that he would take us to Florida, because he had said at one point he had this idea of taking a class to Florida, and we're like, "We're the class."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Okay, I'll take you guys next year." The next year came, he didn't take us. Then our senior year, we're like, "This is it. This is our senior year." He's like, "Okay, we're going to do it." And he didn't do it. So I said, I vow to take my students to Florida because my teacher. And so I knew I couldn't do it my first year because it was just, I had no idea what I was doing. And so, but I really connected with the class of 98 who were freshmen in 94.
Yeah.
And they just were like a special group. And so I said, when you guys are, and so we did the first ever Everglades trip that year.
Nice.
In 98. Yeah. And then we just kept.
And you were going to do it no matter what, because you know what that disappointment feels like.
Yeah. I had 10 kids that went that year. And then the last year I took, there were 42, which was way too big, but still it was awesome.
Yeah. That would be awesome.
Wow.
That was a great trip.
I never went, but people that did go that I was friends with said it was amazing.
I wish you would have gone,
Super fun.
man. We should do an adult trip.
What were you doing, Borden?
Well, I think all four. No, I was, dude. I was. The thing is with Jabin is that he makes you believe it, no doubt about it. Like he makes it interesting, but yeah, I was probably
too
doing
cool,
stupid shit. You know,
too
what I mean?
cool for school.
Yeah, but anyway, the people that I did talk to that I was friends with, that because I knew everybody that was going, everybody very much looked forward to. By the time we were in the school and graduating, the lore has already picked up of the trip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that did help.
Yeah,
You
you
know, it
wanted
helps,
to go.
like, yeah.
You knew the older kids that got to go, and you thought they were cool.
Yeah.
So you wanted to follow in those footsteps. You know, but that was so okay. I got one for you.
Yeah.
Patrick's like, it ain't cool.
No, that's not what I did. But I was
Skateboarding's
I
cool.
was just a bit of a not a fuck up, but like I was on my way to being a
An
fun
asshole.
guy, you know what I mean? No, I wasn't. I was very. I mean, I had friends and I enjoyed people like I do now. I had a different. I had a different vibe.
I hear you.
Anyway, so Chris Coy is your high school teacher.
Yeah.
He made biology fun. He made biology attainable, like you've done for thousands of kids, hundreds of kids. So I know where it came from now. And that kind of culture you wanted your classroom to be, that was from the jump or even before educating? Like you knew that this was the culture you wanted to build?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it came from time. I really do think that those first 5 years were hard. I was just trying to stay a day ahead of the students. You know, we didn't have the internet to just look up stuff. You know, teachers will come up with a lesson plan. You know, you could do an AI lesson plan just like that, you know, or a worksheet. And we didn't have any of that stuff. And I know I'm sounding like an old man, aren't I? Like, wow.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh boy, we didn't have the internet.
Yeah, it's like we had to go to the library to do our report.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh man, and the librarian at Manchester was scary. Oh my God, she scared the shit out of me. She would like come over and she's like, "Shut up to me." I'm trying to have a good time here. Man, not in that room. But yeah, I think it was just like I learned a lot from the students. I learned a lot from just experience, but also just reading people and just kind of realizing like, what do I want to have fun? I want to have fun.
Yeah.
Like, so how do I keep myself entertained and keep the students entertained at the same time? And I think a little bit of it is kind of a show, you know, like there were times, I mean, I hate to admit this, where I may not have been very excited about a certain subject but I had to sell it.
Yeah.
So how do I do that? You know, like I'll jump off the desk or I'll put tape on my face or be goofy just to get the attention of the student.
Man, but you did such a good. I was asking this question earlier today at work to the group I work with, and have you ever had a teacher that just makes that impact, like Travis was talking about, like I've alluded to you being for us, but that's not like. I guess I'm trying to get more into the psyche of Jabin.
Okay, yeah.
Because I guess that
Be prepared. This could be a 5-minute question.
That's still
I have no idea what he's asking.
Normal. That doesn't seem to be the norm. Because I mean, this guy did he would jump off the desks. We would do bird songs and of the clock and hundreds. I mean, I can't remember what the test was, but just listening to the sounds. He had snakes and reptiles in his classroom. It was just this different environment.
Yeah.
So it was you're just a one of a kind, or probably not one of a kind. There's other Miss Frizzle's one. You know, she made it fun.
Bill Nye?
Bill
Nye,
you know, people like that. So
I think it's passion. I do think it's passion.
Good.
I
Hear.
really did love the subject.
Yeah, I'm not driving you towards an answer.
No.
Passion's a good one. Stick there.
Is this what you want?
Stick to the script.
But I mean, these pages are sticking together.
It's his passion.
Oh man.
Busted knees and pretty trees.
But yeah, it was. I think there is no doubt that I love the subject, and I really did love teaching high school students, and I love seeing that light bulb go on, where it was just like, oh man, I never realized this before, because I had that moment at some point in my life, and to see that happen in my students was pretty amazing. I loved hearing students say, I want to go study biology in college, or they would come back and be guest speakers in my classroom, and just stuff like that. That's awesome. It would be, I mean, I would definitely just be elated with those things. But I think ultimately it was my love for learning too, and learning about the subject matter, and how can I stay current. Like I didn't want to be the teacher. We all had these teachers that were using the same worksheet that they used when your parents were at that school, and you could tell because it looked like it had been mimeographed or copied over and over and over again. And that's boring. It's safe. I had to take a lot of risks, and there were times where like, they were like, I don't know if I've been to the principal's office. And
ask for permission later kind of attitude.
There's a lot of those. One time, I shouldn't
or
say
forgiveness.
This. I shouldn't say this. I'm just gonna say. So, like,
they're probably not listening.
I had a former student who went to Manchester University and ended up working on the first ever dam removal in the state of Indiana.
Wow.
And he was in class and texted me, and I never usually check my phone in class, but it kept buzzing, and I was in the middle of my AP Environmental Science class, and I looked at my phone, and it said, hey, we're taking this dam down right now, and I forgot to tell you, like, any chance you can get out here? And it's like, gosh, I don't want to miss this. So I told my students, I was like, don't ever tell anyone this, ever. But I had a spare van key from our like short bus key, and my room had a greenhouse out the back. So we snuck out of school, borrowed the school van, and drove right to the Eel River, and we met with like archaeologists, biologists, hydrologists, watching this dam get.
That is awesome.
And I didn't tell anyone, and I just prayed that like I didn't get.
That is amazing.
It was
shit,
a great
right?
day. It was a great day.
That's Miss Frizzle shit.
That's Miss Frizzle.
The magic school bus.
And the kids were freaked though. They were like, "What? We're doing what?" And I go, I'm going to be straight with you. I don't have permission. This
Your parents have not
no one signed any shit for you right now.
I am really scared right now. Everybody calm down.
I would be a horrible person if I didn't take you.
Yeah.
And it was magical. And it was awesome. So,
that is fucking sweet.
That is cool.
That's that shit.
Yeah, no, I bet those students are still telling that story today.
Every time we stole the bus.
Like, did we really do that, Travis? Like, that was that a thing?
It was really
That's
cool.
pretty sweet. Yeah. What a great story.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna keep piggybacking off this because I just like that. Wait, hold on. Let me get my wits about me here. So culture. You've had the culture. It took about 5 years to kind of get your culture, understand the students, understand teaching. So I understand the idea from like the educational standpoint, like being in the classroom and then also borrowing a bus and going outside the classroom. But where did all the like the other stuff come from for you? Like you're not just spending time building curriculum in the classroom. You're doing polar bear runs. The firehouse is something that he did. It was a music venue.
Yeah.
Were you one of the founding board members of it?
I think a lot of it is just being open and receptive to some of the things that are presented to you.
Yeah.
Zach Hawkins and Josh White and Zach's dad. I don't know if you guys know Hawkins Family Farm in North Manchester. They do those pizza nights. Coming soon, everyone. Pizza nights.
Yes.
They're pretty cool. And Sean has done some of those. Quite a few. So they wrote this $35,000 grant to convert an old firehouse in downtown North Manchester to a live music venue.
Oh, nice.
And the idea is that they would have local Fort Wayne bands like the Blue Moon Boys. I don't know if you remember that name. It's a one from way back in the day. They were the big band in Fort Wayne, and then have a local high school group open up for that band. They were just going to do it every weekend. Well, it went so well that they decided to like keep it going, but not do it like every weekend, but do it like once a month and just have like a band come in. The idea was to get the high school kids or anyone really who wanted to start a band to just kind of see what it was like to do a live show. And the kids ran the sound, and it was all fundraisers there was no charge for any show. There was no drinks or anything like that. It was just like there for the music.
Yeah.
And so when Zach and Josh graduated high school, then they were like, hey, Jabin, do you want to take over and book some shows? And they asked me because I had booked a couple shows at the high school. And in 2000, we called them our little coffee houses. And it was just like an open mic. And they'd never done that before in the high school. And I just couldn't believe it. I just thought, like, this is crazy. There's so much talent here. There's got to be something for these kids to do. And it went over really, really well. So we booked a couple touring bands, and they played in our cafeteria and our auditorium.
Nice.
So I had some experience, but it was the Firehouse that really kept me, I think, in Manchester.
Yeah.
Because it was just so unique. And I was bringing in bands from all over the world. We had a band from Japan called Green Milk, Planet Orange. Look them up, man. It was crazy.
When I'm
man.
editing this,
They sound fascinating.
It is. That band was wild. But then, I'd gotten really lucky. I'd called this random booking agent and asked about another band and said, hey, we're going to give you a chance on this band. But he said, basically, if you fuck it up, that this is over.
Wow.
And we had a band called the Busy Signals, and I had just seen them open for the Shins at Shuba's in Chicago. So I knew that was a big deal. And then a band called I'm the World Trade Center. Now, this was in 2000, so it was before all that. Right. And so I was so nervous. It was the first time I had like a writer and like a contract and like all of these rules. And I just signed everything without reading any of it and sent it back because I was like, I just want to make this happen.
Yeah.
We contacted our local businesses to see if they could donate some stuff. So we had car recyclers donated a car, and we gave a car away.
Nice.
Tobias won it, and I think it broke down, and like it was in the church parking lot across the street for like
That's amazing.
a year. But it was still fun. And then that booking agent said the show was great. The bands loved it. We fed the bands. We also got the bands a hotel room. They always got a guaranteed door. And then they got 100% of their merch. And so nobody's getting paid at the Firehouse just except for the bands. And so that booking agent then told other bands and those bands that played the Firehouse on that show told their friends, and it was like the floodgates open. These national acts that were crazy.
And was this going on simultaneously while you were teaching?
Yeah. So there were times where I would I would do a show. I would take the band out to the bar usually after. I would get home around 2 and then have to get up and teach the next day, which was, I'm not sure how I did it, but it was like once a month. It was once a month, so it was like, I knew it was going to be rough. I mean, those days could have been like movie days.
Totally worth it.
Hey, you guys are going to work on this worksheet.
Yeah. Those would have been good AI days.
Oh, man, if I would have had AI back then, that would have been a difference.
You probably wouldn't have been as impactful,
No,
I think.
I don't think I could have. Like, and I do appreciate the time. Like, you were like basically thrown into. I remember I asked the department chair, like, "Where's the curriculum for this?" And they're like, they handed me this big 3-ring binder that was like, I'm like, I'm not reading this. So basically, you get a textbook and you just kind of like go through. You have this idea of like what you want to teach, but like. And kind of what the state wants you to teach. But back then it was just kind of like, hey.
You pick how you teach it.
Yeah. And I only wanted to teach the way that I felt would ways that students would get it.
Yeah.
But also I like learned throughout those first 5 years and 10 years really like to adapt to different learning styles. Not everybody was into like exactly what I was doing. So like I would differentiate things for different classes and for different learning styles. and it wasn't always like a big show. Like there were times where I would do projects for those kids who just really did like to read or didn't like to speak, or the kids who did like the kind of the showboaty kind.
Yeah.
When did you realize that you were actually getting through and like making an impact? And
I think when I saw those students like go on and want to study it in college, you know, like, or I would get feedback, you know, students, they were brutal, you know, they would tell you if you suck, but like, I would often hear like, this is the first time I ever liked science, or I would say 90% of people going into biology didn't like biology. I think at that time too, in the early or late 90s, early 2000s, like it wasn't, there was still a lot of those old teachers that were just handing out worksheets, you know, and
going through the motions,
show a video.
Yeah.
Like gave you every opportunity to not give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's kind of the old school. So like maybe it was good timing too. I came in at a time where like I was different. I was weird. I tried to be funny.
Yeah.
I didn't take it too seriously.
But then it had to feel even better when you realized that you were like what you were doing was working.
Yeah.
What's that feeling like when you've spent, I imagine that it took quite a few years to hear back from a student that followed that through into college and out of college. What's that feeling like of knowing that you've impacted a soul like that?
It feels rewarding, obviously, but also I was proud. You know, I was proud of those people for making it through those moments. And so like it was not like, I don't want to say like some sort of like proud dad moment, but that's the only thing. Moment. Yeah. Proud teacher moment. Yeah. Where you're just like, holy cow, like this.
It's like,
sweet.
Yeah.
It's like whether you consider this important or not, but like legacy. And I think a legacy of, you know, sharing your joy for whatever it is you do, and, you know, other people can find joy in that, and then they keep going, and then just your legacy is the education, is the joy, is that fire. And I think that's something to be very proud of, for sure.
Yeah.
Still getting us birding.
Yeah.
You've impacted the podcast.
Patrick's still under the wing. This many years later.
And I felt that a little bit.
Pretty high.
I went and had some geodes and stuff unopened, and I brought them to our family Christmas party, and I had my nephews and niece, you know, help cut them and then open them up, and just to see the joy on their faces and the excitement was just like, I feel like this is really cool, and I'm doing something cool for them, and it feels really good. And then especially when, you know, seems like James might be a little more interested than the other kids, and he'll come back and he'll be like, hey, you know, can we open this one? Like, hell yeah, we can open this one. Cool Uncle Travis.
Yeah, but then they're never going to forget that ever.
Yeah,
you know,
and
that's a pretty amazing thing.
Yeah, and that's what I hope that is my legacy. Just I hope they, you know, remember me for how cool and fun, and they want to do the same thing for their kids.
I have no doubt.
Yeah.
They open a cool rare one, and Patrick's like, "Oh, that one's pretty boring. Let me just take that. I'll get that out of here."
Take that, Uncle Patrick. I'll take that, little kid. You touched on a little bit of curriculum and kind of how you build that. And in 2010, I believe you won an award, Mary Lee's award.
Mary Lee,
Mary Lee's.
or no, the Howard Michaud Award. Is that the one you're talking about?
Right.
Or
let me pull up my notes.
Okay, yeah.
See, I'm right here.
I won so many awards.
Howard Michaud, you won the award.
Yeah.
But in 2010, you joined Mary, whatever, master's program in environmental sciences. And then what I found, so this dude lived in a van while he was taking that in the Indiana Dunes is where you did your research.
Yeah, part of it. That was a really cool opportunity. So Goshen College has a campus. It's kind of on pause right now, which is a really big bummer. But they had a master's program. It was a year-long master's program. So I asked the school if I could take a year off and get this master's in environmental education. just go on to, it's called Mary Lee Environmental Learning Center of Goshen College, and it's located in, near Wolf Lake, Indiana, just north of like Columbia City. So there's like this is a great place for birding too. And they have a really cool bird banding program. You guys have you guys ever done bird banding yet?
Tried.
We
tried back in the fall. Saw owls.
Oh yeah.
Mary Gray.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You should go sometimes where you're just doing songbirds in the morning, because it is like to hold a bird in your hand is like quite, and to also just like take the data on it. I mean, there's so much. There's a guy by the name of Peter Pyle. Do you know this name? He came up with this whole system of determining like the age of the bird based on like feather, all the different like differences in their feathers. So you pull the feathers out and you look at like the third feather in and the fourth feather down, and like I don't even know it all because it's just so crazy. But like you're working with experts, and so I work with some experts there to help band birds, and they've been doing it for really a cool program. They set up these mist nets. Yep. Birds fly into it and they go down, and sometimes it's like you're trying so hard to get these like the hooded warblers. They get in there and then they freak out. So they spin around and you can't cut the net. Very painstakingly take apart all that stuff while you're trying to like keep the bird calm, because its heart rate is racing and you're like, don't. Hey. Yeah. So, So anyways, I took a year off to get that degree, and that was really cool. And then because of that experience there, Kim Swift, who was working at the Dunes, she was applying for a grant through the National Park Foundation. And she said, hey, would you like to help write curriculum for the Dunes? And I said, sure. And I said, well, I live in North Manchester. That's a 2-hour drive. Do you have any housing? She said, no. And I said, well, can we figure something out? And she goes, hey, would you like to be the campground host at the Dunes campground?
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, yes. So I borrowed a camper actually, and lived on the Dunes campground summer, and that was such a cool experience because I got to visit all these different departments. Like I hung out with the wetlands crew one day, the invasive crew one day, the guy that was working on the Harner blue butterfly. It was an endangered species. They think it's not even there anymore, which is crazy. These endangered species called pitcher plants. This guy named Neil, such a cool. And so basically I was looking at like all these different things and like, what could we study that's easy, that's going to be there for a long time, and also collect data on. So I focused on the Oriental bittersweet problem at the Indiana Dunes, which is an invasive species. There's an American bittersweet, but the Oriental just basically just like takes over and goes crazy. So yeah.
Another invasive species.
Yeah. Right. So so that was a fun experience, you know, and plus being a campground host was like super cool, you know, like everybody was pretty chill. One night though, there was a storm and I had to like go around to like all these campgrounds, and have you ever been to the Dunes campground? Like it's not at the state park. It's different. The one at the national park is called Dunewood. It's in Beverly Shores, and it's really freaking cool. Really small. There's like loops, but then there's also walk-in sites, and the walk-in sites are badass. So I was walking through the walk-in sites, and I see a fire. So I'm like, gotta tell this guy there's a storm coming, and he is buck-ass naked. And he was just sitting by himself next to the fire. I was like, hey, buddy. Like, sit down and join me, friend. And I was like,
So
there's a storm coming.
And it was great.
Yeah. I said, hey, man, I'm sorry I would, but I have a job to do. And so I said, just want to let you know the storm's coming in. He's like, I didn't ask him where he could feel it, but it went on. That was a fun experience. Definitely a good time.
I feel like that would be a dream job for Paddy.
Dude, I would fucking absolutely love it. Like, I would have sat down with that guy no problem. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
You would have taken
Yeah.
your clothes off. I
Let
think.
me go grab this
yeah,
cup of
yeah,
coffee.
yeah.
Dude,
I should
honestly,
have.
I was hoping your story didn't end with him being that guy. Like, because I'm definitely vibing with the idea of like solo camping night out in the walk-in, the walk-in site. So,
Yeah.
People aren't coming down there after about 8:00.
You should be good.
Fucking
Yeah.
butt naked out there. Dude, that's all me. You know what I mean?
I mean, he loved life.
Fuck
yeah,
dude. If you're
And he
doing
was-
that,
Yeah.
you are most certainly living life. There's no qualms
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
gentleman. He wasn't. There's no.
I don't think he's
hindrance,
worried about
there's
taxes.
No shame,
You know?
There's no taxes. Yeah, this guy's living it, dude. Damn.
So when you say walking, how far are we walking?
Not far.
Okay.
Yeah, at all.
So
Like,
you could.
but people get freaked because they hear walking. They're like, "Oh, I'm like."
I was kind
So
of hoping
they're
it was far.
usually available. Yeah, you hope they're
Yeah.
they're
Nice. That's cool.
yeah,
Well, the
they're
whole
really
area-
cool.
How big is the dunes? What's like?
Oh,
the
it's
size?
like from Gary, Indiana, all the way to Michigan City. It's
Oh, shit.
ginormous.
That is ginormous.
Yeah.
But the National Lake Shore is just that very kind of a smaller specific area.
No, it covers all of that.
It
Yeah.
does?
And the Dune State Park is only the little sliver, like right in the middle, right up 49.
Yeah.
You T-bone into. But yeah, there's pockets of the National Lake Shore. I mean, there's so much about the dunes that you don't even know about, dude.
No, you're
It
right.
is crazy.
That's fucking sweet.
I
didn't
have
know
yet
that.
to be to the dunes, and these guys just tell me it's trash all the time.
I do not.
I don't say that the
I do
dunes
not.
are trash.
I have a blast when I've
It
gone
is
there.
that. One, I did not know it was that long. I'm just talking about the idea that in that one area, there's the reactor or whatever that is.
Yeah.
vent. There's
The
outlet
industry
mall.
that's right outside.
Neighborhood right outside of that's a little bit on the crummier side. There's a prison right down the road from there. I mean,
That's a
so
coal.
it is kind of strange. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it's a coal-fired power plant. A lot of people think it's like
No,
a
I didn't know that.
nuclear reactor. It's decommissioned, or it will be soon.
Yeah.
But that's a cooling tower, and there's only 5 feet of water in that thing,
Really?
like in the bottom of it. Yeah.
That is such
Yeah, it's
a
crazy.
fucking,
Yeah.
dude, I actually don't mind it all that much just
Yeah.
because there's a strange like awe-inspiring
Yeah,
to
yeah,
see
yeah.
something that
Yeah, like
fucking
it's
big.
huge.
Dude, it is huge.
Do
Yeah.
they dump that water back into
Yeah.
Lake Michigan?
That's why it's there.
And now, is there a different sort of ecology right in
Yes.
that area?
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
'Cause we were
So
talking
it's
about that.
warmer, so like you'll see a lot of fishermen right
Okay.
there. Yeah.
Because
Brad
there's
did
a place
story.
in what was it?
All the power plants in Florida, that's where the manatees go when it gets
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah.
Below
There's a-
68
there is a-
degrees, they die.
Yeah, there's a nuclear reactor called Turkey Point near Homestead, Florida, where they have the largest population of American crocodile and they hired a guy there. There's a guy that's his job to manage that
Yeah.
population.
So
Dang.
this is far more common than I would have thought.
Yeah. Yeah, because I read about there's a shark nursery in Israel that is on the Mediterranean Sea. And same thing. It's like the only place they breed is this warm water outside of a plant.
What do you think it takes to get somebody into biology?
I think biology is just so huge that what I notice from my students is that some get immediately attracted to things like birds. I never realized it could be so cool. Some people hate the bird, but they love genetics.
Who are they?
You'd be shocked how many people do not like birds.
Oh, I'm not shocked.
Yeah.
My wife's one of
It
them.
is.
She doesn't give a fuck about birds, dude. Not a single fuck, dude.
That's awesome.
I try to get her to come out with me all the time. She'll come out and I'll stop at the first bird taking a photo. I'll turn around and she is 3/4 like she walked faster. I'm not doing this today, baby. I'll be back in the car, dude. Not having them.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me because
Yeah.
people just one, I think it's because people don't look around.
They don't.
Like people are not aware
Right.
of their surroundings, nor have they ever been. Like I don't think that birds were generally like a give a shit type of thing.
Yeah.
But anymore, I just don't think people have enough gumption to just pay attention
Yeah.
to what's going on around them. We're not just on our phones, but so curious about. We're so eager to get to the next thing. that there's no like time in between. People don't know how to fill that time.
Yeah.
It's just nothing.
Right.
You know, like
Right.
even me, I go out birding, but I'm doing it with a camera, so it becomes
Yeah.
competition.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
It's not just me being in nature, like where the robin knows where, or what the robin knows where. You just sit. And
Yeah.
just that ain't me. I'm a much like my heart.
Yeah.
My heart rate would go faster if I sat.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Right. Right.
Unless, of course, it's after a backpacking trail.
But you found that works for you, and I think you're still out there, and I think it still counts. You
Yeah.
know, yeah.
No shit,
Yeah.
Jabin. It most certainly counts. I'm not discrediting myself right now. You kidding me? You shit me at 41. I'm out there birding like a motherfucker, dude. I'm taking it, dude.
That's awesome.
Have you got a wood duck yet?
No,
No.
I haven't.
Wait, you haven't seen a wood duck?
Well, no, I've seen. So what happened was, and I'm glad because
I was like, what? Let's end this right now.
I'm glad you
Like, I
segued
know we're
because
there
now we're in the
too.
birding
Yeah.
section of all these questions that I have. But no, we started that birding competition last year. I got a wood duck last year. This year, I was really interested after getting my fucking dick kicked in by Brad this competition.
You did.
I thought it'd be interesting to take all the knowledge because last year it was our first years. Like there was I had a camera that had a half a battery. Like this thing would go out. Like I'd go out and like you've been to Eagle Marsh. I'd get down the main trail to the barn,
Yeah.
and my camera battery would be dead as a fucking doornail.
That's part of the
no.
reason because we'd be together and I would keep going and he'd be going back to the car.
I would have to leave. So there's so many different things I know what to look for. I've seen birds here, so I'll know where to go. So I just thought it'd be really interesting. On New Year's Eve when they were all here, I deleted my Merlin bird list. I deleted everything I had on eBird, and I just started fresh this January.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, I just thought it'd be kind of fun to
Yeah.
see what that experience was like.
Yeah.
doing it a second time.
Has it been exciting?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, it has been riveting.
I bet.
I've really enjoyed just not stumbling into some of the things, like knowing where to go, knowing where to walk, remembering because you have the notes
Yeah.
and stuff. So what pond to go to, it's been a real pleasure. And I'm like last year I ended at 111. This year I'm right now I'm at 107 for the year.
Awesome.
So it's
Dang, Paddy.
it's just been like more fun.
Have we talked about birding rank?
Oh, I'm not
Patty
near, I'm
recently?
not near
Oh.
Brad by any means, but I also bought Brad's.
I didn't start over.
I had an old camera that my dad bought me when Sebastian was born.
Yeah.
But it's a bridge camera. It just wasn't. It's not all that great for this.
Yeah.
And so I bought Brad's camera at the very end of the year, just gearing up for this year, and it makes a difference when you can take 60 photos in 10 seconds rather than one photo every 30 seconds. Because that bird's a half mile away before my camera.
Oh,
was
yeah,
started
right.
shuttering, dude.
Right. And also it helps to have a good pair of binoculars.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I got a pair when I was 15 for my 15th birthday. I very vividly remember they were Bushnells, and I had them forever, and I even had them. I mean, forever, and I just accepted that I would see. And then my brother got this new pair of binoculars, and he said, "You should try these." And it was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What have I been? I have
Yeah.
missed so much.
I used Brad's a couple weeks ago, and the field of view is so wide. The colors are
Yes.
vibrant. Mine, it's just, I don't know. It's like I'm looking through a telescope
Yes.
trying to find these birds.
Same.
And even though I always have mine, even though I have my camera, I always have my bins because I
Yeah.
can see so much better.
Yeah, sure.
Way better than with my camera.
Yeah.
No, it's been a treat though, a big treat. Where's your life list at? I'm curious.
I'm at 297.
Wow.
297?
Yeah. It's I know it should be higher, right? I mean,
I am
feel
not
like
here to
it's
judge
like
your life list. I don't really know. I expect that most of your birds are not like photographed. It's sound. It's
sound and sight. Yeah.
sight. Do you draw?
No.
No, you're not one of them guys.
Yeah, I do maybe a rough sketch if
Like a stick
I
bird?
forget some
Yeah.
part of it, like an eye ring or like some
Yeah.
distinguishing feature.
It's always that eye ring.
Yeah, that eye ring. Yeah.
How long did it take you to get to the point where you were confident in going out there with? Because I think part of the reason I like the camera is because I have zero confidence.
Oh yeah.
That I'm gonna know a fucking thing. Like if I was going out there with no camera, everything is a house sparrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
Like, what the fuck do I know? You know?
I would say just experience and hanging out with other birders, and having that discussion like, oh my God, is that a white-eyed vireo? I think it is. And then they confirm it.
Oh yeah.
And so that, going birding with Fitzpatrick is great because then we're at the same spot where we can say like, oh my gosh, look at that. Or like we could question each other too and not get all pissy about it, you know? And also the Merlin app is just so crazy.
Yep.
It's like
people can't believe that. That's it. Like they don't understand what you tell them when you say like it'll recognize a call and tell you what it is.
Oh, I get past that immediately.
It's
I
incredible.
Start there and I'm like, you got your phone on you? Just go ahead and download that puppy. I'll show you what it does.
Yeah.
Like that's where I go.
Then you go whippoorwill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It catches it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. And there'll be times where I will question myself and then I'll pull out Merlin to get a confirmation.
Oh yeah.
That's what I like to do.
That's I'm like, I know that's what it is.
I always like to
But I'm
guess first.
yeah,
and
me
so I don't
too.
want
Me too.
someone
Yeah,
just to
yeah.
tell me what it is. It's
Right.
just funner because you learn that way because you'll be wrong and you'll be
Absolutely.
like, okay, now.
Absolutely.
And you realize why.
But yeah, Chad's given me some of the best tips to ID. Like a goldfinch flies on like a J pattern, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whoa,
So even
that's-
when you see them flying up, that's goldfinch. Like you know
Yeah.
instantly.
Right.
That's why it's
Curious.
really
Oh,
good.
where they like flutter and drop and
Yeah.
flutter and
they
drop.
usually make their call as they're going.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
So like going with Chad, I've learned so much.
That's my nephew's favorite bird right now. The goldfinch.
Goldfinch.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a humble choice.
They're still
Yeah, I took my nephew out birding last weekend for the first time. He was
Oh,
super
yeah.
excited because my brother Sean got him a couple bird feeders, and he's been seeing goldfinch and cardinal. Oh, cardinal's what it is. His new favorite bird. Goldfinch was it now?
Okay.
now it's cardinal.
Yeah.
Yeah. fun.
Everybody
What's
goes
this,
through the cardinal phase, okay?
Well, it's
They're
'cause it's a
still
badass
so
bird.
oh
Oh,
my
yeah.
gosh.
They're
Yeah.
beautiful.
When you
Dude, fuck yeah.
Like right now when they're tufts, like they're going at it.
Yeah.
They look
Oh,
badass.
crazy, yeah.
Yeah, they do look badass. What's this? Chad's a longtime guest of this podcast.
Yeah.
I think he's been on more than anyone.
Oh
He
yeah.
was on a season
Yeah.
recap, birding
Twice.
two bird.
Yeah,
Three-
that's awesome.
three times?
Three
Oh,
times.
might be
Three.
4 times.
Oh fuck! Shit!
Whoa.
Might be.
God damn!
We're on the
What's
road to
this,
100. We've
what's
had a lot.
this competition you guys have
Oh,
going? Why are
yeah,
you guys
so-
so
Yeah.
at each other's throats?
Well, I think part of the fun thing about being a teacher is messing with students. You
Yeah.
got to just have some fun, and I would tell some lies sometimes just to get some question like, what? Serious? Like, what's going on? And so I made all my students sign up for eBird. I made them create a Cornell account. And
bonus points or something, or
no, it was like a requirement. Yeah.
You are all
Yeah,
birders
yeah.
now.
Jabin has
Right,
single-handedly
right.
increased the
Yeah.
bird population by tenfold.
Forced indoctrination.
Yeah, it was
That's
awesome.
using your power.
That's
What
right.
are you
Yeah.
fucking
Well, we
talking
would
about?
go out and then we would enter in our data after
Oh,
we
yeah.
would go, and we would just walk around the school sometimes. And I'm like,
No,
there
I
we are.
get it.
Yeah. No, but it was fun. And surely some of them have just, or 90% of them probably have, did I have that?
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe not.
Who knows?
Anyway, it's about the 10%.
But it was great because you could like pull up like lots of different data, and like there's a wonderful homepage that says like you can type in the county. So I would always type in Wabash and show them stuff from the county, like here are the birds that are seen right now, and here's the one from Kosciuszko County. And I tend to bird a little bit more in Kosciuszko County because I'm closer to that line. Even though I live like all my hot spots are a little bit more north than they are south. And so like I was higher on the list in Kosciuszko County. So for a while I was like the top 3, 4, 5 birder, and Chad was always right there. And so I pulled up and they were like, Mr. Burnworth, whoa, you're so famous. You're like, this is amazing. I was like, yeah, I go, but just see this guy right here, Chad Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick. I go, I hate him. And they're like, what, really? I go, yeah, man. I go, look, he's right close. He's trying to beat me. I go, there are times where he will surpass me, and there are other times where I will be above him, but it is a constant rate. And they're like, do you know this guy? I'm like, not really. And they would be like, well, we hate him too. And it was great to have this collective hate, for a person that they didn't even know.
It brings people together, hate.
Right?
It's nice that it's Chad, that there's a generation of kids I could be like, Chad Fitzpatrick, like, fucking hate him.
Yeah.
You know what? I hate Chad too.
What they didn't know is that I don't know how this even started, but I decided one year to ride my bike every day to school. Didn't matter what weather was.
Oh, man.
So and I did it every single day. But I also decided to stop and take a picture in front of Chad Fitzpatrick's house every day on my bike ride to school. And sometimes Chad would come out with a coffee. It was really sweet. Sometimes we would do selfies with he and his kids together.
Yeah.
So I would have these sweet moments with Chad in the morning, and then I would talk about how much I hated him hours later.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Did you hear that I've surpassed Chad in Life List?
No way. What's yours now?
283.
Whoa, that's awesome.
In just over a year.
It's been a crazy year.
Dude, but you went to Costa Rica. Have you gone?
Christi.
Corpus Christi is huge. Yeah,
I don't mind keeping the North American birds on that list, but I do think when there's a difference.
It's kind of unfair.
When
the
you
Costa
add
Rica.
Costa Rica, no, it's not unfair. I'm totally into that. But
I agree.
There seems like there's two lists going.
Yeah, I think so. In
Maybe
my
that's
mind.
also just me being competitive and trying to bring you down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A couple numbers.
Well, yeah, but whenever
Sometimes.
you do get a little cocky, I'll just throw those numbers back.
Yeah.
in.
Don't forget.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't forget what happened last year, Paddy.
Yeah.
Got my ass whipped, dude.
Yeah.
God damn, you did 108.97.
That's amazing.
1 year.
Crazy.
This motherfucker, dude.
You got to go to the Everglades, dude. I took my kids. They had been begging me to go for years, and I told them I'll take them. And I hadn't been back in 6 years. So the last student trip I took was right before the pandemic. It was crazy. We got back from the trip 2020, and then school shut down 2 weeks later. So it was we squeaked it out, which was great. So I determined that this past February was the best year to go. My kids are at an age where they're just into it, and I knew they would be really excited. But we got 76 species in in 3 days, and it's that's another.
Yeah.
So many good.
February's the month to go.
I would say we were a little early. We were just catching palm warblers, yellow rumped warblers, the stuff that we're we're seeing right now.
Yeah.
They were there. I did get a black and white warbler. I think if we would have gone maybe 3 weeks later, it would have been a little bit better, but it just worked out.
Yeah. There's a place in the Everglades that has just been finished, I believe.
The Flamingo.
The Flamingo Hotel.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know about this?
I do. We visited it.
You did?
Yeah,
Oh,
we were right there, and it was cool, but it was also weird. It's really expensive.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, we were
Yeah,
looking-
there's not many of them.
No. Yeah.
Limited.
Wow.
But there's the Flamingo campground too.
Yeah, I'll give you way better.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, the reason we did the story about it is because it's like hurricane proof, right?
Yeah, I mean it's a miracle, but
Yeah.
it's for rich people.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you give me the good places. Well, it sounds like
Yeah.
we're
I
gonna
the
take a busted
Yellowstone.
knees and pretty trees.
Yeah.
short bus ride.
yeah.
You still got the keys to that bus?
Yeah, man. Let's go,
Way to
dude.
come full circle, Travis. That was good. Yeah.
Let's go, man. Fuck yeah.
That's
What does a day in outdoors nature look like for you? What is if I set you out, I said we're going outside, I'm putting you in it. Everything is the best thing you've ever had.
Well, right now, perfect time.
What's
Right now.
Yeah,
inspiration.
yeah,
well,
right.
that might not be his answer.
Yeah.
True.
Brad,
Well,
Brad, if I could put you anywhere in nature.
But you said put you out in the best time. Right now it's the best time.
Well, if that's what he thinks, I don't know. What's the perfect day out in the outside?
I feel like I have two answers. I have like an Indiana answer and I have like an Everglades because I've spent so much time in the Everglades. So I'll give you my Indiana answer first.
Yeah.
So there's a spot that my friend Jerry that is just I cannot believe it is in Indiana. It is a fin, which is a type of wetland where you've got land with like running water underneath that land with land underneath that. Okay. The fin is next to a marsh, which is next to a temperate forest, which is next to a successional dune on an oak woodland.
Okay.
And this is all on 62 acres of pure gold. And I love like going there in the morning because you're getting all kinds of different species, especially this time of year, but you're also hiking up this amazing elevation on top of this successional dune, like literally like inches underneath the topsoil is like sand.
Yeah.
There's also a really cool
Is that what the water travels through then, the sand?
Actually, no. The sand is more up on top. The water is moving from this, basically kind of moving a little bit downhill from a marsh through those layers of the soil into.
Okay.
So it's a really unique. Got to have that incline. So it's, I didn't even mention the creek right there too, which is crazy. And on the other side of the creek, there's a really neat geological called a came. You guys know what a came is?
No, Brad did. 2 hours ago. Sorry, Mama Greer.
Oh man, Jesus!
That was my internal monologue.
That was
just
so
waiting
good,
to say something.
man.
I'm sorry about
no,
that.
that was awesome. I really love that. Yeah, so spelled with Kame.
Oh.
So yeah. And so it's like when so in North Manchester, North Wabash, South Kosciuszko County, that's where that Wisconsin glacier came down and then receded and came down. And so there's this successional, that's why the kind of successional dune is there, but there's also these moraines. So the Packard and moraine, if you go on some of those roads, they're very hilly.
Yeah.
And it kind of goes all the way across to Fort Wayne too. But when the ice melts, sometimes there would be a hole in the top of the ice. So sediment would go down and then it would fill up that hole. And then the ice would melt and it would leave just this mound. But it's not big. It's like maybe circumference like 15 feet, but it's maybe, it's really cool. They're really, really cool.
On this dude's land?
On this dude's land, yeah.
God.
So basically, it's like laying down the cylinder of sediment.
Yeah.
And then the ice
it
melts
looks more
and
kind of
creates a hill.
cone-like, yeah. Really, really
interesting.
neat. Yeah.
That's why I like Southern
still
Indiana.
There, like somebody didn't knock it down yet.
Oh, it's crazy. I don't think they know. I don't think they know what it is.
Wow.
But there's farmland all around it. But the only reason it's preserved is because it's not farmable.
Okay.
Because of that fin. The fin is really, so if you jump on the land in the fin, it's squishy.
That's
kind of
what I was
bounces.
thinking, where it looks like solid.
Yeah.
I've seen videos.
Yeah.
I thought this was more like in Scotland, Ireland.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we have them here.
Like you're jumping on like a waterbed or something like that.
Right. That's it. Yeah. Really high acidic soil.
Yeah.
So going out there in the morning, and then there's a heron rookery on the Eel River that I like to visit. You guys know what have you ever seen a heron rookery? Oh yeah, those are so cool. So like, and just like heading out there, counting the birds in the rookery, seeing what else is around that spot. That's like my nature. Yeah. Especially like when the sun's coming up, kind of a little chilly.
I had a question that I always think I'm going to ask a birder, but then it never like makes it into the final cut, I suppose. But would you rather go birding during the morning glow of the sun or the evening, sunset? That final push of birds.
Oof.
Where would you rather be? Where would you rather be on trail? Which one?
Tough. I would usually go with the morning,
Yeah.
but this year I had a magical moment out on this guy's property where I'd gone out. And I didn't see a whole lot. I was heading back to my car, and there was the golden hour, right? And this was early. I should look at the date. It was early April. It was like I felt like 100 golden crown kinglets. And then a blue gray gnatcatcher out of the blue just like popped in. The first one I'd seen of the year, and it was making its little, little sound, and I couldn't find it, and I found it, and it was just like the sun was setting, and all these kinglets were doing their thing, and that gnatcatcher was. So that was like a magical moment.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I think it really is like those moments, because usually I'm a morning person. I like to hear the birds in the morning and everything. It's very Disney-like. But, my house is pretty much overrun by house sparrows now, and the mornings are complete nightmares because that's all I hear from all the birds. But the evenings, you'll just get these, I feel like in the evenings you get these more unique moments.
Like the other day when we were outside of your house.
Yeah.
We recorded with Dr. Jordan Marshall over at Travi's house. It was quite the experience recording. Definitely a busted knees experience recording.
Yeah.
I walked outside, and Travi was showing me his new additions to his garage, and we were standing there talking about bats because there was a bat flying around. And as we both looked up, it was almost dark, so we couldn't really make out what it was, but this bird of prey just came down there midair, swooped up that fucking bat, and took it to the other side of the neighbor's
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
They're like, what the fuck? This is amazing. It was crazy, dude.
That's so cool.
It was cool as hell for you.
Brad, would you rather be out in the nighttime or the dark time? Or the morning time? Evening or morning?
I tend to end up out there more in the evening.
Yeah.
And probably evening.
Evening?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's dependent on your work schedule, though,
Yeah,
right?
and the lighting conditions.
Yeah.
Good for pictures.
Yeah.
Throughout the years, have you found any certain ecosystems or environments that you've just been drawn to? It seems like you've kind of worked and had experience in many different ones.
Yeah.
Is there just one that is blowing your mind?
Going back to the Everglades is just like it is just so cool on so many levels, and I think it's just maybe it's because I spent so much time there, but I also got to know the people there, and I'm a big people person, so for me, getting to know what people are doing in those ecosystems and how they're trying to help them is important. And so when I was on these trips with students, this would happen almost every trip, where I would see someone that looked like a scientist on the side of the road, and we're in the national park. So I'm like, I'm just going to play it safe. And I would just whip the vans over, and I would everyone who was driving other vans behind me would know, like, okay, something's going on. So we'd all pull over, and I was like, hey, kids, just stay in the car. Let me talk to these people. So I get out, and I'd be like, hey, I'm with some students. Are you guys doing anything cool? And it was always something.
Yeah.
Always. And I got to know lots of people that way. And then I pull the kids out of the van. One time there were these folks that were there trying to catch snakes with fish trap. They were like trying to use a novel experience to do something that people have done other ways. And it happened to be that these folks had also done research on the pythons down there too. So we got to learn about pythons, the snakes, and then the guy goes, did some stuff. Like, sure. And he pulls out this pillowcase, and it's wiggling, and he reaches in and he pulls out one of those ocelot Madagascar chameleons with the eyes, that look like, and it was massive. And I was like, why do you have that? And he goes, oh, there was a guy who owned a pet store who released them in some avocado fields years ago to like breed them, and he would go collect them and then sell them in his store. But now they've gotten to become a problem. So they go and capture.
Oh, I didn't know those were a problem too.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. It's not a huge problem though, but which is great. But then he was like, "Hey, we're going out with the Miami Zoo later on tonight. Do you guys want to go with us?" And I was like, "Yes."
Wow.
So it's just like, I think again, like being open to those experiences,
Yeah.
and also learning to like look for those things. Like I think some people would just drive by and be like, "Oh, I wonder what's going on." I'm like, no, what's going on? Let's get over there and like find out. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? They just tell me to fuck off and like,
So I'm trying to take a shit.
That's generally not the experience at a national park.
Yeah,
A place
right.
like that. Like,
Get outta
most
here.
People are willing to be open. And
Yeah.
they're out there for a reason. There's a reason why they got up
Yeah.
their asses all the way to a national
Yeah.
park, and then they're walking around. They're probably eager to share exactly.
Yeah.
what they're doing.
Oh yeah, for
It
sure.
was cool. Those guys said, they were like, "This is crazy that you stopped because we were just talking about how our grant has an educational component and we didn't know how to fulfill that educational component. And bam, we just did it. And then so like they took a bunch of pictures and it ended up in the guy's book."
Nice.
Yeah, it was really
dude.
cool.
That's
Yeah.
They spot you a little cash.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was really awesome.
I got
That'll be fun. That'll be funny because like now if we all go down there, he'll do that. Then we'll come out of the van. Cool.
Yeah.
These are my students.
bunch of grown ass adults.
They're not drunk.
For good reason.
Patrick has the little fan on the top of his head.
Check me out.
Oh shit.
Thanks, Brad, for making me the hard argument. So I just have one more question.
All right.
And then we've been trying to end all of our guest episodes with a little bit of a rapid fire 5 questions.
Cool.
So the last one I also ask to every one of our guests. Like we kind of explained to you before, we do a lot of guests with conservationists, people just trying to build the environment back to what it was or what it is. And I guess what I'm curious about, just what kind of gives you hope? Like what in all of your studies and all of your knowledge you can kind of just give us some hope? Lord knows we need it in this climate.
Boy, do we ever. Do you guys know Annie Dillard?
No.
She is an author and she wrote a book called Pilgrim. And I don't know if you remember this. I'll give you maybe the background on it. When I was in college, one of my professors read this little section of her book, Pilgrim of Tinker Creek, collected just a few paragraphs from this chapter called Seeing. And it made a huge impact on me. And I thought to myself, like, I'm going to read that to my students I'll read it every class, every year. So it didn't matter if you're a freshman or you're a senior, you heard this story about someone hiding a penny sidewalk and drawing these huge arrows on the sidewalk. And it would say, surprise ahead or money this way. The person that wrote that author would never stick around to see who got the penny, but would get excited because like somebody found this penny.
Yeah.
But the idea was who gets excited by, and so the point of her story was finding a healthy poverty and simplicity so that finding a penny literally makes your day. And so then I read that, and then I would tell a story about how I was on a boat with my uncle who had just gotten Lake Cottage at Tippecanoe. And I was 15 years old. I'd just kind of gotten into birds, but not really. I was more like excited about going up to this Lake Cottage because I'd heard like there was the Tempe Dance Hall, that there was this, I had this vision like there was going to be girls and there was going to be dancing and there was going to be speedboats and I was going to make out with a girl, and all these things. And I get to my uncle's house And I mean, I remember that day even driving up from Harvard City. I was just so excited. And we get to my uncle's house, and there's no speedboat, there's no jet skis, there's no nothing. And he's like got this old pontoon that like literally went like 10 miles an hour, right? And so we get on the pontoon, and I remember we go to the sandbar, and I do see some ladies, and I get very excited about this. But my cousins, who were very little at the time, decide to drop their swim trunks and start peeing off the side of the boat. And then my aunt is so embarrassed. She pulls up the anchor, and we leave the spot where all the ladies were. I'm like, what the heck? You know, I was like, this is,
Cock block.
So then my uncle could tell I'm bummed out. He's like, let's go over to this area called Grassy Creek. You might see some birds. I hear you like birds. And I, at that point, was just like, and I was just like, oh, and I was like watching the piers go by, you know, just like, it was like watching telephone poles, you know, in a car as you're just gazing out the window. And I see on the edge of this pier what looked to be a statue of a great blue heron. So this is where I get on top of the desk, pretend to be this great blue heron.
I remember.
You remember this one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so, but this is all real. This is all true story. So I'm staring at this. I'm depressed. I'm staring at this great blue heron, and I watch the great blue heron jump off the pier and completely submerge itself in the water. And I'm like, dear God, this thing is killing itself. It's on a suicide mission. And I get it, because I'm not making out with a girl, and I'm going to, anyway.
I'm just like him.
And then it like emerged out of the water, and it like came up out of the water and landed almost perfectly back onto the pier. But everything happened in my head like slow motion. Like it was like twisting its head, you know, and it was like water was dripping off of it. And I noticed that it had a fish in its mouth, and the fish was kind of like slow motion, like, you know, like the end of a football movie, you know, when they're like going to catch the ball. But then it like tilts its head back, and that fish just goes right down its throat. And the whole thing probably took like 10 seconds. But to me, it felt like an hour. And I forgot about the speedboat and the girls and all those things. Awesome. And so that was my penny moment. That was like, moment. That was when I thought like, okay, I've got to try to keep that alive. Yeah. And I haven't always. I mean, there's been some times in my life where I like, fuck the penny, you know, but I come back to that story quite a bit in my life. Mm-hmm. That gives me hope, is to find joy in the smallest things. I did a bird hike for Lindenwood a couple weeks ago, and there was this woman who's, I don't know, she's in her 20s, and she was so excited to see a flicker that, and it was just brought me so much joy. She's like, I said, well, what birds do you want to see? And she goes, we spotted one, and like, you would have thought like I gave her 100. Yeah. We've all had those moments, but like, that was a great reminder. Like, that gives me hope that people are out there still wanting to do those things. Yeah. That's awesome.
And the flicker's an underrated bird.
It's so cool.
Yeah, they are
when
beautiful.
They fly and you see those yellow.
Yeah.
We were down there at that loblolly and got a good look at a flicker.
Do you ever see the red shafted ones?
No, I haven't.
Those are really.
Yeah, I've been keeping my eye out, but
I haven't seen one in a really long time.
Damn, that was good, dude.
Yeah, thanks.
The penny motto. That's
read that book, or at least that chapter. Seeing.
I'll write that down.
Yeah.
I will say, watching a heron. I didn't know herons like actually went underwater like that.
Yeah, I don't know if it did for sure, but that's how I remember it. You know.
I know those because I've seen twice now a heron get a big one, like a big fish, and my heart's always racing.
Oh man,
it's so cool to watch. Like that photo up there.
Oh yeah, man.
That was the first one I saw.
Oh yeah, it's full. Yeah, it's throat. Yeah.
That's sweet. We used to go fishing at my grandfather's house in St. Petersburg, Florida. He lived right on a canal, and there was always a blue heron. We had a family song that we would always sing, but every.
Oh, come
There was something about old blue heron knocking on my deck knocking on my deck. Something like, I don't know. I was fucking like 5.
But that's awesome.
Dude,
It is awesome.
It was awesome because it was always there, and the whole family will tell you the story. It was always there, and we would fish, but every other fish we would just pop back, and the grandfather would take it off the line and then set it on the dock, and the blue heron would be there we'd go down there for 2 weeks or whatever, and it would be there every day, just chilling with us all day long.
Easy me.
That was like before the kingfisher, and then before the song or the call of the loon. The great blue heron was, if you asked me 10 years ago what my favorite bird was, that was it.
Yeah.
There's something about them. They're
Still my
super
favorite.
Cool.
Yeah. Because they're also not as cool to me as like the egret, the cattle egret, the great egret. Like, I still would take a blue heron.
Same here.
Yeah.
You know, in
I don't know.
Blue
Costa
herons all
Rica,
around.
every cow pasture had cattle egret.
Really?
Everywhere. Yeah, there were so many.
Huh.
And you'd see, like, it was kind of cool because it'd be a cow with its head down grazing and an egret right next to it. Like,
That's awesome.
plucking worms
How
out
they
of
got their
shit.
name, right? Yeah.
It's whatever the cow pulls up out when he's pulling the grass out.
I'm not sure.
There'll
what
be
I don't know the
Bugs
I
answer
think
to
it's
that.
either that or worms in the poop.
could be
Oh, no.
worms in the poop.
Worms in a poop.
Oh.
All right, let's do some rapid fire
Okay,
questions.
great.
in this
On
puppy,
that
huh?
note.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, that seems like a good time to get to the other questions. All right, I'm just going to go through these. I have 5 of them.
Okay.
You can answer in one word, but you can answer in lots of words as long as you talk fast.
Okay,
and fucking rapid.
Okay, got it. Wrap up.
All right. Let's go. Number 1, sparkbird. What species got you hooked?
Great blue heron story from before.
Boom. All right, that was easy. Number 2, favorite bird of all time.
Great blue heron.
God
Damn.
damn,
I just love it.
Oh,
I
that's
just
so
think
fucking
it's so
cool.
cool.
Could be the answer to every question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now I kind of go back to the old drawing block
Yeah.
or whatever the fuck people go back to. Most underrated Midwest backyard species.
Cardinal, northern
Cardinal?
cardinal.
Hell yeah.
It's just so cool. And
It
it's
is.
just like one time when we were in the Everglades, I'll say this really fast. And this lady's like, quick, get over here. It's a bird. And I thought it was going to be a painted bunting because I was really excited to see one. And I didn't see one. She's like, quick, it's going to go. And it was a cardinal. And we were all like, oh, what?
Yeah.
But she was so excited.
male or female?
It was male.
No, which
oh.
one's the most underrated?
Oh.
Or which one do you think is prettier? We have a split decision.
Yeah, I'm just going to have to go male.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
that's where I'm at.
Depends on the season.
Yeah,
I
true.
mean, dude, the winter season, when you see a cardinal just sitting up there on a tree with no leaves, it is stunning. With
Yeah.
the white
With the snow,
backdrop.
Yeah.
Dude, come on.
I think the females look really cool.
Like
Yeah,
in the
they're cool
fall.
too.
favorite bird now.
Especially when they have a little bit of like a brown to them, like
Yeah.
a golden brown.
I'm with
Super
you.
cool.
I'm with you. How many lifers on your life list? Shit, we've already gone.
Yeah,
through
it's
this.
297.
Early. Fuck, man.
And
We
you
went through
need
this
three.
week, too.
You need 3 more, huh? That's a
Early morning.
Shoot.
Anybody think of a better rapid fire question? 'Cause-
Bumper, dumper, or bidet?
Yeah, bumper, dumper, or bidet.
Bidet.
Bidet?
Yeah.
No, we got a portable
Last-
bidet. We'll give you one before you leave.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
You won a prize.
I have
You won a
one.
prize.
And I love
Oh,
my
you have
bidet. Yeah,
A
I
portable
do.
bidet,
Not
or a real
portable.
bidet? Yeah,
Yeah, I got a real one.
I have
this,
heard.
this one you can shove right in that bottle and
Oh, yeah,
Like
right.
the old spritzer.
Oh, yeah, I love a
Yeah.
spritz.
Brad's used it a couple times. I have not used mine yet.
I got a rapid fire.
Go ahead.
What was 295, 296, and 297? The last 3.
Oh, Red Whisker Bulbul.
What?
Yeah, which was a weird one in the Everglades. And that was the most recent one. My gosh.
Never heard of it.
It's weird because it's actually a Chinese bird, but like they've acclimated to life in the Everglades. So I saw it down there, which was pretty awesome.
That's cool.
Oh my gosh. And 298, I'm totally blanking on
don't have to-
298 and 290.
That's a good enough one.
Red
to-
Whisker.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
That's a good enough one.
Yeah, Chad lost his mind on that one, which made me really happy. He was like, "What?" I was like,
I
Is he like
love
that? Is that,
hearing
is
those
that
stories.
ABA?
Yeah, right.
I loved hearing those stories. When he got the snowy owl, I think he mentioned something to you.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
telling us the story shortly after.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, that is so fucking funny, dude. Brad and I we got into that competition, but I got to say, we kept it a lot more PG than you.
Yeah, really.
I've never once talked shit about Brad, and I've definitely
Publicly?
never done it in front of
Yeah.
a classroom of people. Yeah, I mean, Sebastian and Ashley's a little different. I walk over there, motherfucker, dude. You got so many goddamn birds to say.
I like it.
That's awesome.
You know what? A little competition never
Yeah.
hurt nobody. Jabin, I want to tell you from the bottom. Dude, I feel fucking weird. Can I end this with a Mr. Burnworth?
Do what you got to
All
do,
right, Mr.
brother.
Burnworth, I got to tell you, it's just a fucking. You were my favorite guest.
Thanks.
Really, you gave a shit. You educated generations of young people, got them engaged, built some sort of a like in this world that maybe they would have not found. And it's all because of you. That is for sure. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for you to be down in the studio recording with us tonight.
Yeah.
This has been so much fun. I feel so honored, and I love you, man.
Thank you, dude.
Love you guys too.
Thank you. It was
Yeah.
a pleasure. It's
Yeah,
so nice to
thanks,
meet you.
same.
And I also want to thank you because you're one of those people that keeps this going. That's why we're here, because
Thanks.
of people like you.
Yep.
And we
Thanks.
want to do the same with our podcast.
Yep.
Well, you guys remind me of a lot of things too that I haven't thought about. So that I needed this as anybody else did. Thank you.
Good.
Awesome.
Good.
All
All right,
right.
guys. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Let's get on out of here. Thanks for listening, everybody. Keep on sauntering.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That was awesome.
Yep.